Hello. Call me North. I don't have an introduction, but I do have a video game. This is Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. I absolutely loved the first game, and the second game was not on sale, but I did get a gift card for my birthday from my amazing girlfriend, and I figured, you know what, I should play this, and I should record it so that she can enjoy it also. So yeah. I've already been playing this for about 3 hours, so I'm up to Cycle 25. In Citizen Sleeper 1, by Cycle 25, like, you're halfway through the game. And in this one, I just got through the tutorial. So this one's a little bit longer in that sense. I've gotten to the second hub. The first one blew up, sorry. And I've spent some dice, and I'm about to go off on a trip. No, there was something else I wanted to do first. I'm earning money before I go off on a trip. I wanted to make sure that I'm set to odd jobs. There's a lot going on. I skipped all of the tutorial. So, am I going to explain it? Probably. But not right now. So I wanted to blow my dice on getting some cash. Because there's always a use for cash. Successful 13 cryo. Cryo is money. I am going to explain it. You can get positive and negative outcomes from die rolls. This one is not going to be super great, but that's fine because I'm leaving the station in a minute. Positive is a very good outcome. Neutral is a regular good outcome, and negative is just bad. Depending on if something is safe, risky, or dangerous, you can have bad things happen. Risky means you might lose energy, which is like food. If you run out of energy, you start starving. That's bad. If it's a dangerous task, and you run out of, and you get a negative outcome, you can lose more things, like, I don't know, money, or stress, this bar at the top, or other things. In this case, we're getting money, so that's fine. So, I am going to close out this day so that I can start the next day. Start with 5 dice. This one is interesting in that, like last game, you had condition, and as your condition deteriorated, you got fewer dice. Now, your individual dice have health bars. Every time that a die takes damage, it can progress towards breaking, and takes damage by filling up this stress bar. 1 pip here at 2 stress means every time you roll a 1, that die takes damage. When you get to 4 stress, every time you roll a 2, your die takes damage. That's bad. As a rule. Because then you have to fix your dice, which I can do now that I have the rig workshop, which I hope means that I'm out of the tutorial. Maybe. Probably. Who knows. Anyway, I'm going to go fly my ship. And I'm going to take my friend Eugen. So, -3 for the hunt. I'm being pursued by a very bad man, who is rude. And I'm going to love resolving his storyline. I need to blow these dice before I go, because you don't take them with you. So I'm going to go get some cash. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. I swore I was going to use my 6s on something else, and then I forgot about it. Oh well. Just stock up for when things go sideways. There's a negative outcome. And since I have food down here, I'm going to go do some work. Maybe I'll get progress in this clock, or maybe we'll just get some energy. Either way, that's fine. So, the hunt. This clock advances 1 per day. If it gets to 8, bad things happen. Let's not do that. -3 per travel, which I haven't traveled since this clock popped up, so I'm going to make the wild assumption that going out on a job to the hidden wreck is going to reduce that. And I thought I saw... yeah, -3 to the hunt. So that's good, but it means that I have a maximum of 8 cycles at the wreck, and then it's going to be a -3 coming back for changing location, which means that I could have only 4 cycles when I get back, which, well, not great. Anyway, we're taking Eugen and Bliss, because we can't take our best buddy anymore because he's injured from the escape from the very bad person. Let's see. Seraphin. Yes. This is not what you promised. Seraphin turns to Eugen with a raised eyebrow. Eugen promised an easy wreck, something that you could just loot. Looking out across the field of debris, scattered around the small asteroid whose gravity has kept them here, you have to agree. Where do you even start looking? Eugen shrugs, unfazed. I said the wreck was hidden. Transponder off, no flight records. I didn't say it was intact. Thanks, Eugen. I like this guy. He's very cocky. If it was an easy job, I wouldn't have come with your crew. Could have just grabbed it myself. He winks. We all earn our share. Yeah, we better. That's definitely more than one wreck. Bliss, who was a character in the first game, and I love that they're back, is leaning towards the window, staring out at the glinting debris. I see at least 3, maybe 4 different engine housings out there. Seraphin sighs. You really think there's something of value to be pulled from all that? Oh, Seraphin, there's something of value to be pulled from everything. At the very least, it's all scrap in the end. I know there is. My tip is good. We just need to find the right part. He looks out at the wide field of debris of the ship. Let's get to it then, and how do we do that, or any clues. I tend to play fairly positive. Do we have any clues? What I know is that a wreck with an item of great value is out here. That's it. Ah, it's the Sargasso Sea. He unstraps from his seat. Oh, are you all afraid of some hard work? Is that it? Seraphin starts laughing. So you're telling me we don't know what we're looking for, where it is, or what it's worth? Cool. Trust me or don't, Eugen shrugs. This will be worth your while. This is a hot tip. He got sold a map to Hollywood stars' houses. Sleeper, please. We are Sleeper. That's us. Seraphin turns to you, exasperated. Suddenly, a percussive beep interrupts the conversation. All of you turn your attention to Seraphin's terminal. What the... He taps a few keys. We've got an incoming ship. Their transponder just popped up. Oh, that's not great. See? Eugen smiles. What did I say? A hot tip. We better claim it before they do. He jabs a finger at the readout. Well, clock's ticking. I see a few obvious sights, large bits of debris, clear hull sections. We should focus on those. Bliss unclips from their seat and glides out of the cockpit. See you lucky kids in the airlock. Ready, Cap? Eugen slaps you on the shoulder and kicks off through the cockpit door. There is 0 gravity in this game, by the way, just none. The only time anyone has gravity is when they're under acceleration or if they're in a spinning ring. I'm gonna talk to Seraphin. I do not like that guy. Seraphin shakes his head. I like him. I don't know if he's trustworthy, but I like him. Give him a chance. Seraphin turns back to his terminal. Hey, you're the one who has to go out there with him. Seraphin, very badly injured, again, from the escape. So Seraphin is not going to be contributing in a direct way. Seraphin's our mission control now. Very important. Look, Seraphin glances back over his shoulder. Just be careful. So our character, the Sleeper, was in some kind of a relationship with Seraphin, and then our poor Sleeper lost their memory in a terrible, terrible incident, which does mean that they are no longer dependent on a substance called a stabilizer, which was necessary to prevent their body from decaying. But it also means that they lost all of their memories of Seraphin, and whatever else it was that they had been doing, which sucks. You nod and glide through the cockpit door, already turning to map the scattered debris in your mind. Well, here we are. Transponder signal. This oncoming ship is going to be here in 2 cycles. That's not a lot of time. So we've got the rig. This is our ship. On this ship we can repair our poor synthetic body, which tends to break, hence the dice. The rig galley, where we can eat if we have to, but we can't right now because we're out in the wilderness and we're using our supplies to feed our mortal human crew. And rig bunks, where you can sleep off stress, but you can't out in the wild because you don't have time. You just gotta work. So we got 1, 2, 3 options here. Scattered wrecks, crushed shuttle, and pitted asteroid. Somewhere in this mess is something that's going to make this trip worth it. Maybe. So let's see what we got. That one's dangerous, and only one person can do it. That one's risky, and only one person can do it, but with better odds. But none of my dice are great. Let's see. Bliss would be risking it on that one, and I would be risking my stress on this one. It's 8 segments on the clock, which means I would need to succeed well on 4 die or succeed okay, normal successes, on 8, which is a lot. Over here, no pluses, but 2 people can work on search the wreckage. Risky, it's fine. Danger, less so. Has to be something of worth among the remains that dot the asteroid, and that's a longer clock at 12 segments. And then we got scattered wrecks. Somewhere in this mess. Also a 12 segment clock. Risky, and only one person can do it. Well, finding Yujin's wreck means searching the debris field in the hope of uncovering it, if it even exists. We can analyze the debris, which my character can do, or we can dive the debris, which Yujin can do. For somebody who was so enthusiastic about coming out and doing this, I was really hoping that Yujin was going to be more useful, because the only thing that Yujin can really do is clear the wreckage or dive the debris. Yujin, well, no, okay. We can, dice came with me. Let's do the asteroid, because we can have everyone work on it. And there is no catastrophe clock. There can be a sequence of bad things. The very first practice wreck had like 4, let's call it health. If you break the ship, fail 4 danger rolls, the ship would fall apart or explode or something. There was one, the one that I was on just before this, that had escalating hit point loss, basically. It would tick through that clock faster, so if you started to break it, it would break more, and that would be bad. Fortunately, not the case here, so I can have Yujin blow his 6 on this. For a great success. Ooh, +3, that's good. And then I can blow my 5, which will be 50-50, good or great. Good. And then I can blow Bliss's dice on here. 3s and 4s are basically the same thing. 50-50, good, bad. Bad. That's alright. Bliss has 6 stress available. Nope. Well, have a limited amount of time. This is what's called push. So push is reroll. You can reroll, in this particular case, at the cost of 1 stress. You can reroll 3 dice, and none of them will be a 1. That's great. There's really great. So if I drop a 6 in here, that should be a +3. +2. Okay, so this danger one, it produces better results, but it's also riskier. Cool. And again, the higher your stress goes, the more your dice break. So doing risky stuff is actually risky. Bliss does not have to worry about broken dice because Bliss is not a space robot. A sleeper is an emulated consciousness, meaning that they were a human at one point whose brain was scanned. The original person was thrown into cryostasis. And the emulated consciousness, the mind that was scanned, was uploaded into a cyborg body. Like, it's partially organic, it's mostly mechanical, and all of it is designed around planned obsolescence. The entire point of this series is that capitalism sucks, and you know what? I'm here for it. So, I don't want to blow 3s on risky things, but we're in space. Everything's risky. Eugene is on board. Let's do it. Yeah. Alright. So I feel alright ending the cycle there. We've got one more cycle until that new ship arrives. A cycle is a day, roughly, more or less. With a 5, I should be able to got a 50% chance of finishing it here. No. I don't know if I want to blow another one of Bliss's on there. And my dice, it's expensive to repair dice. That's not great. So I've got a 75% chance of finishing this clock now. Or I could use Bliss's dice with a 50-50. I hate it. Do not like that. Let's see what happens. 75%. Hey, success. Okay. That'll be the best source of scrap. So, let's see what we got. Gather scrap. Alright. So I can pick up 4 pieces of scrap. I guess. Alright. Blinking light inside of a terminal inside. Hack the door is risky. But I'll be quick. If I push to reroll my 1s and 2s, 50% chance of being higher than 3, so we'll probably get... yeah, let's see what happens. Goes up to a 4, risky, so probably 1 stress. Better. Push to reroll, so now anytime I roll a 1, bad things, so let's not do that. But my skill in interface pushes my 5s to 6s, my 4s to 5s, and my 6s stay 6s. They don't become 7s. No. Almost there. And with a 5, I got a 50% chance of getting it on this roll. Yeah. Let's see what's inside. New location. Scrape the terminals. Banks of terminals line the shuttle interior. Perhaps there is something useful hidden on their decaying drives. And the only one who really can is my sleeper. Everyone else is just straight up bad at it. Like if I try to drop that 4 in there, it becomes a 2. No. And then the last one that we had was out here. Danger. How bad could it be? Pretty bad. So my sleeper can either analyze the debris or work on that shuttle. I already got the shuttle open. Double plus wreck hunting, but also plus stress. Okay, so even on a neutral, so even on a regular, basic success, Yujin's taken some stress, but he's got space for it, so that's fine. I don't want to blow Bliss's 1, I'm sorry, Bliss's 2 or Yujin's 1, so let's call that one a day. As long as we have supplies, we don't accrue stress every cycle. And remember that it has been 3 cycles now since we arrived, which means that our oh no bad guy coming clock has progressed by 3. Yujin, you piece of shit, where are you? The distorted voice rattles through the ship as you are all finishing your breakfast in the mess. Everyone turns to look at Yujin. Seraphin is already shaking his head. Vesna, he says under his breath. You suddenly recall the steel-eyed captain who confronted Yujin in the gyre, back on the far spindle. That was not a friendly confrontation. He was a little bit physically aggressive, didn't like that. Open this airlock before I do something I'll regret. As her voice echoes through the room, you realize that she must be at the rig's entry lock, using the comms panel out there to speak into the ship. I'm friendly, I'm not that friendly. Yujin? He shoots you a resigned look. We should let her in. Alright. You kick off towards the door, but Seraphin drifts between you and the exit. Sleeper, are you sure about this? You can see that he's angry, but he's also looking to you for reassurance. We're just gonna talk. Be ready. Seraphin nods and his eyes darken. I'll be ready. Yujin follows as you glide down to the airlock and hit the control for the exterior door. Let me handle her. Yujin gives you a nod. Do I let him, or he does know this person? Fine. This is your trip, your responsibility. He nods appreciatively and drifts forward between you and the airlock. You watch as the airlock cycles, and past Yujin you see the silhouette of Vesna through the viewing window as she removes the helmet of her suit. Though he's been playing it cool, you see Yujin take a deep breath in preparation. I should shoot you right here. Vesna floats through the airlock door, her eye implants glinting. Yeah, she has metallic eye implants over her eyes, so you can't actually see her eyes, which is fucking metal. But I wouldn't want to give the wrong impression. Her metal eyes make it impossible to read her tone. I'm gonna let her talk. Is this how you treat all your clients, Yujin? Promise to deliver the coordinates they helped you to find, and then instead, when you find out their value, go to another crew to try to steal the prize out from under your nose? Rude. I know you were an amateur, she smiles, but I didn't know you were an idiot too. Is that a gun? That looks like a gun. Tell whatever stories you want, Vesna. Until I'm paid, there's no deal. Did you pay me, Vesna? Vesna looks frustrated. You know as well as I do, the payment was on some receipt of the coordinates. Well, sorry to say, I won't be able to deliver. Yuzhin shrugs. Deal's off. You piece of shit. Vesna's hand goes to her hip. Oh, is that where her gun is? Now, you are a guest on this ship. Seraphine's voice comes from somewhere behind you. Let's all remember that. You turn back to see Seraphine holding a hull bolter at his waist, its wide muzzle trained on Vesna. Hull bolter, I'm gonna guess, is a tool. Definitely not a gun. Vesna lets her hand go loose at her side, abandoning her threat. Of course, she sighs. I thought you might all see the breach of trust in this situation, but I was wrong. Get off my ship. Yuzhin owes you nothing. I don't want to escalate this. On that, we are agreed. She backs a little toward the airlock door. I think we can be friends. Yuzhin, she looks at the freelancer. Don't think I'll back off. My team can find this thing faster than any mongrel crew. She smiles. First to the prize takes all. May the better crew win or stay silent. I'll stay silent. Vesna slips back into the airlock and hits the control panel. The doors scissor shut. Yuzhin suddenly stumbles forward as something hits him in the side of the head. Oh, I hope it's Seraphine. Yeah, idiot. Seraphine stands behind Yuzhin, having swung the heavy muzzle of the hull bolter directly onto his head. If you ever put this crew in danger like that again. What are you doing? Stop, or Seraphine's right. No violence on my ship. Stop. Sleeper, you know I value your kindness and your patience. Yes, that's what I'm aiming for. But this idiot almost got us killed. Seraphine is breathing heavily, his anger apparent. He still might. In fairness, we got a whole bunch of other people killed, so I'm not going to be throwing some rocks. Yuzhin catches himself on the wall. It's okay. He wipes a little blood from his forehead. I get it. That was sloppy. Your whole thing is sloppy. Seraphine bristles. This is how you get yourself killed. As much as I am enjoying this display of aggression and idiocy, Bliss's voice comes from behind you all, we still have a contract to complete. They push past to start suiting up, and now we have competition. We should leave. Seraphine slings the hull bolter onto his shoulder. Cut our losses. Oh, now wait. Yuzhin wipes the corner of his mouth from the back of his hand. With the back. All this, and you're gonna give up and turn tail? Are we leaving, or are we staying? Yuzhin is right. There's money here. Shit, Seraphine says. You are right. Alright. He slides over to Yuzhin and pats him on the shoulder. Time for you to prove your worth. I'll be watching. From inside the ship, while you both go out where it's dangerous. Ha 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 ha. Let's see what dice we got. Bliss, what are you doing? Yuzhin is fine. Alright, shuttle interior. But new shoot. New location. The Limhound, Vesna's ship. Oh, that's much bigger than mine. 1, 2, 3 cycles. Okay. Vesna is determined to find the wreck and claim its prize. If you don't get to it first, all this will be for nothing. Well, I hope that this shuttle has what I'm looking for. 6. Alright. Is that a +2 or a +3? Yeah. A 4 becomes a 5. Means it's okay. I would rather not push. But if I'm gonna do this, like Fusion is not going to do it. It could, technically. Can Fusion do anything out here? Dive the debris? Yeah. I would rather... I'm gonna push. Just gonna... Yeah, that's better. That'll guarantee me 2, which is what I need. Alright. The cipher is transferred and access code for the ship the shuttle departed from. Now just to find where that ship is... Now just to find where that ship is. The asteroid was pointless. I wasted so many dice there. That's fine. Alright, so we gotta find it. That'll be a +3. +3 and no stress, or +2 and 1 stress. And I can get another A. That'll be a +2. Yeah. I could send Bliss in 50-50. That would give me, what, an average of 1 success, which is not terribly useful. I have 3 supplies, I have 3 cycles. That's this cycle, the next one. Oh boy, yep. 2s are not going to do it. Maybe Bliss can... No. Risky's no fun. Alright. I'm totally going to collect that scrap before I leave, but between here and there, let's not pick up any more stress than is necessary. Tell me I didn't get a 1. Shite. One of your dice is broken due to losing all of its dice health. Great. Broken dice can be repaired at the rig for a cost once the workshop is available. The workshop is available, and I have a drive for repairing, but I can't do it in space because we're on a contract. That's worse. Alright. Let's see. I would... push is dangerous, but I got a 5, which will definitely get me there. Even if it stresses Yujin out. That's fine. You find a wreck that's a likely candidate based on what Yujin knows. Time to investigate. This is the unstable cipher. Decaying passcode will be erased at the end of the contract. Just like the keys in The Legend of Zelda. They're good once, and they're only good in the one dungeon. Alright, found the wreck. And the wreck's outer door is sealed and reinforced. The only way in will be with an access cipher. Perhaps there's one somewhere. Maybe on an escape shuttle? Who knows? Wreck unlocked. Time to head in. Oh boy. New location. Unsealing secrets. This must be the wreck Yujin wanted to find. You wonder what valuable treasures wait inside its cargo bay. This is why I brought Bliss. Slice the wreckage. Slicing. That's gonna be... The only thing that lies between you is a pile of wreckage. Slicing through will be quick but dangerous. Oh, well, I mean, that's... Yeah, that's actually slicing. I was thinking initially that slicing was electronic, like hacking, but no. This is actually cutting through it. And... progress, but also ouch. And I'm bad at both of these. And Yujin's got a 1. Risky with a 1. I'm stressed. Alright. So I got bad dice. And also, if I accrue more stress, it's going to increase the chances that I'm going to continue breaking. And that's bad. You reduce stress in flight, but I'm not going to be in flight until I recover this or just run away. So I need to clear the doors, and my sleeper's not going to be really useful at it. Like, -2 on everything. Even if I'm throwing 6s in, they're going to come up as 4s, which is a 25% chance of accruing additional stress, which means protect the sleeper. Those ones are not going to help. But that's what they're here for. Alright, meat. Double plus stress and no improvement. Okay, yeah. A fuel tank or coolant pipe ignites in the wreckage. This is too dangerous. Yeah. Alright. 50% chance of progressing 1. Alright. Moving in the right direction. Got 1 cycle. I hate wasting those dice. But there's nothing I can do about it. There's a click sound. What was that? I broke another die. Cool. But I got a double plus. I got double 6s on bliss, which should be enough to get through this. Yeah. Danger means don't use 5s on it. So that should get me through. The wreckage is cleared. Time to open her up. Alright. The cargo bay doors shudder open in silence as Eugene livers them apart. Everything in space is silent, that kind of thing. This is it, the final layer to pull back before you reach Eugene's mysterious prize. You can't help but feel a little excited. It's going to be a huge disappointment. Just laying that out. There's also a sense of satisfaction to the idea that you beat Vesna's crew to the wreck. You found it. You cracked it open, and now you will be the one to reap its rewards. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. I'm focused on the job. Bask afterwards. The doors are open enough for a person to glide through now. Beyond there is only the darkness of the cargo bay. You follow Eugene in, the headlamps on your suit lighting his back in the dusty void beyond. You see the boxes appear as if by magic out of the dark. Eugene glides past them. Does he not see them? You stop and take a look at the loot. It's going to be ration bars. A stack of 4 sealed boxes sit in the middle of the bay, their armored exteriors caked in dust. You wipe it away and squint at the aging label. They look like industrial ship components, still sealed, totally untouched. In the belt, where most tech has been through hundreds of hands, patched up and reconfigured, this is a solid haul. But not the kind of haul that gets crews fighting over it. Something doesn't add up. They aren't here. Eugene's voice crackles through the radio. What? Back wall of the bay. Come see. You kick off from the crates and glide through the dark until you see Eugene, the back wall of the cargo bay, and something that confuses you for a second. A black shape, a ragged circle around Eugene. You squint. Inside it, tiny lights twinkle. It takes you a moment, but you slowly realize that you're looking through a hole in the wall to the stars beyond. We could have gone through the wall instead of going through the door. Someone beat us to it. His voice is bland. They're long gone. Are you serious? Look for yourself, he points. This happened a while ago. They punched in and took it. What was it? Eugene turns back to you, his face pale in your torch headlights. He seems to be lost for words. Folks, Bliss's voice comes through the suit comms channel. I got Seraphim telling me Vesna's crew are headed this way, so whatever you got in there, if you want to keep it, grab it and get out now. Hey, at least we can go out through the wall. I'm already heading for the rig. I'll get the cargo bay open and prep for your arrival. They pause. Don't dawdle. I'm a dawdle. Take one last look. Scan the bay and notice braces built into the hole near built into the floor near the hole. Where this thing was, it was big and it was tied down. A rancor. Yujin suddenly seems to regain his focus. The crates, he nods. Let's grab them and go. You glide back across the bay, your mind still racing with questions. Something about Yujin's reaction tells you he knew what he was expecting to find here. If that's the case, you think, it's yet another lie that he's told you. Dude's a con man, or an ambitious freelancer. You both reach the crates and quickly lash them together, guiding them weightlessly out of the room between you. As you do, you meet eyes with Yujin, and he looks away. Really hope you two idiots are on your way back, Seraphim chirps over the radio, because Vesna's boys are just about to reach that wreck you're on. We're inbound, Yujin quickly responds, then clicks his radio off. Well, 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 Seraphim continues. Tell me then, what ancient and powerful treasure did you find in that thing? Gold? A Conway warhead? 3 crates of components. Seriously? Seraphim pauses. Sleeper, me and you are going to have a serious chat. You cross the debris field to the ship in silence, your eyes on the scrap for a sign of Vesna's crew. You don't think they'd ambush you, but then again, you wouldn't put it past them. As you reach the cargo bay and guide the crates through the open door, you shoot Yujin a final glance. Give me time, he says quietly over the radio. I'll explain in time. You consider pressing him, but even shouting at him. But you realize there will be plenty of time for that on the journey back to the far spindle. For now, you just want to get out of there. Yeah. I need my stress to go down. I need my dice back. And I need some of this scrap. Something Yujin can be good for. Do it to it, my dude. That's not what I wanted. And my 5 becomes a 3, which will break me. And every day that I'm out here is a day that I am stressed and breaking my dice. I have stuff here. Plenty of rare components for repairs. But also I don't want to repair any more than I absolutely have to. Raw scrap turns into processed scrap, which is maybe handy. I have absolutely no idea. Give it one more day. I mean, what are the odds of rolling 1, right? It's 1 in 6, I know. Didn't hear any dice break. Shite. That's cool. Supplies are empty, so now they're all getting hungry. Bliss rolled a pair of 1s. Yujin. Do it to it, my dude. Good. We got double plus among the debris. I didn't get any scrap from it. Oh, okay. Gotta complete this clock in order to... Oh, gotta complete the clock. Fine. Yeah, it's not what I wanted either. If I blow a 4, 25% chance of finishing it, 50% chance of getting 1, and a 25% chance of accruing additional stress. Sure. Yeah, it's okay. And then 50-50. If I send Bliss in, maxing out Bliss's stress will make them unavailable for the remainder of the salvage operation, which is not great, but also manageable. Alright. +1 stress to everyone. Is it worth it? I could re-roll for guaranteed stress. If I re-roll to get the stress, then we de-stress by transiting back to the hub, and we don't get any 1s. Guaranteed not to get any 1s because of my configuration. So, that's better. And the 3 is terrible, but let's see what we do. Fuck. Reasonable chance of getting utterly wrecked. 33% chance of losing another die, which I'll have to repair. Yeah, let's get that scrap. I mean, we gotta get something away from this, right? Fuck. Just gonna keep rolling those bad numbers. Alright. And, oh, yeah, if I break all of my dice, I die. So, you know, let's not do that. There it is. That got us a whole bunch of scrap. So, time to mosey. Let's go to the map and leave. -5 stress during travel, so everyone gets to chill out. We'll get everyone well fed on the way back home, or when we get back. Yujin has spent the journey back to the far spindle, avoiding Seraphine as best he can. It might be that he is afraid, but you get the feeling it's more likely he's been making himself scarce out of a genuine sense of regret. As he should. Seraphine, however, doesn't see his behavior so favorably. Slimy ship won't even show his face. Seraphine complains loudly as he finalizes docking. Put us in a spacer cruise sites with no care for anyone but himself. I agree, but also I'm not gonna verbally agree, 'cause yes, but... You hear the rustle of movement behind your head. Turn to see Yujin at the cockpit's doorway. A rare, serious expression on his face. See, he would have heard whatever I said there. I owe you all an explanation. His voice is low and steady. Believe it or not, this was not my plan. Yeah, your plan was to find the loot in that wreck and split with it, wasn't it, big man? Seraphine glares at Yujin. No, Yujin gives him a tired look. It wasn't. Hear him out, Seraphine. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Vesna's been searching for a ship. Yujin looks over your heads at the far spindle. An infamous ship. Seemed like she already had a ship, Seraphine interrupts. That was part of the problem. Yeah, it's gonna be like the Dread Pirate Roberts or something. Not a rig. Yujin looks down at him. A fraction drive ship, an interstellar ship. That seems to shut Seraphine up. You don't blame him. An interstellar ship here in the belt? That's tech from the core systems. No way. Yujin sighs. I get that you don't trust me, but I'm not lying. I shouldn't even be telling you now. Yujin frowns. Word gets out that there's a factory-fresh fraction ship somewhere in the belt. People kill for less. He shakes his head. Gangs kill for much less. You were telling me there's a fraction ship that no one has ever found that's been sitting here since when? Seraphine shakes his head. Since the collapse? Believe it or not, that's exactly it. Yujin looks to you. Vesna put me on the trail. She wanted me to find its location for repayment. He looks away. An old debt. But the moment I found the data that verified its existence, that confirmed the ship was out there, I couldn't give it to her. That's when you found me. Why keep it from her, or you wanted it for herself? I'm not going to make any assumptions here. Why keep it from her? Yujin folds his arms. You may have met Vesna, but you don't know her. Yujin meets your eye. She's one of the last people in the belt who should have a ship like that. Well, no one has the ship now, if it even exists. Need I remind you that it wasn't there? Seraphine shrugs. Your data was a bust. No. Yujin shakes his head. It was there. Once. Inside of the cargo hold. Those wrecks, those were the ships that fought over the fraction ship. A bunch of Solheim corporates who wanted to get out of the system when it all came down, and that ship was their ticket. The Aphelion Path. Yujin looks out at the far spindle. It was there, but someone moved it, hid it, long before we got there. Leave the belt? Sign me up. Or, sounds like a fantasy to me. I mean, it is kind of a post-capitalist hell, so yeah, sign me up. Yujin laughs. You and me both, Sleeper. Yujin inhales long and deep. I am sorry, Sleeper. He looks at Bliss and Seraphine. And to you both as well. I wanted to keep this secret. I wanted to find the Aphelion path, and I knew that, if I did, you would understand. Still, I was wrong to manipulate you. He bows his head. But I'm not done. He raises his head and gaze hard now. His gaze hard now. I will find the ship, and I will leave the belt. How will you do that? Seraphine shoots him a sly look. With no ship of your own, and Vesna at your back? Yujin ignores him, moves closer to you. Sleeper, I will uphold our deal. I will serve on your crew. And when I have news of the Aphelion, you will know. How can I trust you? This is what we agreed, and not interested. That is what we agreed. Seraphine turns to you. I know, I always say it, but this time you have to listen, Sleeper. Seraphine gestures to Yujin. This guy is no good. I've known his type. Don't bring him. This can be your escape too, Sleeper. Yujin meets your eye. Get off my ship. The thing that we didn't say to Vesna. I'm not saying it to him. Alright, you're in. Seraphine sighs, getting up from his seat. You got a lot to prove. He passes close to Yujin as he leaves. You better get on with it. Yujin meets his eye, but says nothing. Once Seraphine is gone, he looks to you and nods. Thank you. And he turns and leaves too. Quite the ragtag group we have here. Bliss nudges past you. I know you understand what a second chance means for you, Sleeper. They smile. But I am glad to see that you understand that others need the same. They slip out before you can respond. You stare out of the cockpit at the lights of the far spindle. You hope Yujin understands his mistake, and you hope, even harder, that Vesna doesn't hold a grudge, even though you know for a fact she does. You sigh. The bunks are going to need expanding at this rate. Yeah, we got 4 on board. Good. Minor drive complete. Sleeper. Seraphine catches your attention as you go to leave the ship. Can I have a minute? Absolutely. Best buddy. Seraphine ducks into a maintenance passage and waits for you to follow. In the narrow passage, framed by loose wires and thick conduits, Seraphine looks suddenly small, trapped. He looks at an open circuitry panel as he speaks, avoiding your gaze. You see that he's nervously playing with a coin in his hand. Nope, he's nervously spinning it in the air. Since we cleared Hexport, I've been putting feelers out for something. He rubs his hands nervously. So that coin in his hand, he can just spin it in the air, and it's not going to fall because no gravity. Super fun. I've been in the belt a long time, and I came here alone. But back on Darkside, just before we made a break for it, I heard something. I heard someone was looking for me. He pauses, trying to organize his thoughts. Who's after you? I also heard something else. They said the person looking for me claimed to be my sister. He waits for your reaction. You have a sister? I did, yeah. Or I do. He shakes his head. But I don't even know if it's really her. Just because someone says they're my sister, I can't be sure. The thing is, I haven't seen my sister in a long time. I was still a kid when I left. So was she, though I don't think she would have liked to admit it at the time. He smiles to himself. I know you don't remember how it was back in Darkside. I mean, that's where we started, the place we lost our memory of. He sighs. But we were alone, you and me. Lane didn't let us out much, just to work, and that was all. Lane is the bad guy. Very, very bad guy. So when I overheard one of his guys mention someone was sniffing around trying to find me, I didn't know what to think. He frowns. And then hearing it could have been my sister, he goes quiet. You try to recall that time, the cycles spent under Lane's influence, working for him in exchange for stabilizer. Close your eyes, focus, but the details flicker. The images collapse and reform. Has Seraphine told you this before? Was this all part of your plan? Wait, is this why you wanted to help me escape? Or you wanted to go find her? You wanted to go find her, yeah. Yes, he shrugs. It changed things for me. The thought that she could still be out here. The thought that she could be out there. And then, don't get me wrong, I wanted to get you out of there too. He pauses, and you sense he's finding this difficult. I know it doesn't matter now, but I told you about her back then. Before. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It's okay, Sleeper. I understand. Since we got away, since Hexport, and Hexport exploded, like full-on got nuked. Very bad. I've been asking around, speaking to spacers, traders, and like I said, something has finally come up. It seems whoever was trailing me left Darkside pretty soon after Utsubo caught wind of her sniffing around. I doubt they made her feel very welcome, but I managed to get a name. Utsubo is the name of the criminal organization that we were entangled with. The name that she gave, Luz, wasn't my sister's, but that doesn't mean much. It gave me something to follow. She bounced around the wash a little. Varspindle flotsam, not sure why. He squints at a loose wire. Last thing she did was book passage to Wellspring on a Lotic freighter. Well, that's it. Huh. How do you know this? Mostly ship manifests and port records. A few favors on the quiet. I want to go to Wellspring, Sleeper, to know if it's really her, and if it isn't, to settle what needs settling. Whatever the priorities, now's not the time, or the correct answer. Let's do it. Thank you, Sleeper. He meets your eye. I admit it's been strange, reminding myself that everything we talked about back on Darkside, everything we did, is lost now. He smiles. But I'm glad to see you are still you, whatever that means. Me too, I think. He nods. Anyway, better get back to it. Seraphine squeezes past you in the corridor and glides back towards the engine room. You watch him go, wondering if your past together can ever be reclaimed. Or, if it can't, if you can build a new future together. Your mind wanders to thoughts of Seraphine's sister. For a moment you wonder what it's like to have a family. If you will ever know. I guarantee the Sleeper's meat body that's in cryostasis, they knew. We are back to one cycle on the hunt. Good. Alright, let's get fixed up, because holy buckets. I need one good component to fix me some dice. And then I need another good component to fix another die. And then I need another rare component to fix a die. Or I could use something else that I don't have. And yeah, so every time that I repair my dice, I'm gaining something in the glitch cycle. The glitch cycle, when you have two bars in the glitch clock, that's it, you're going to have two, basically 0 dice the following day. So it's bad. And it's the kind of thing that you don't want to spend on anything at all, but every time you spend a glitch die, your glitch clock decreases by 1. So you have to spend them on something. And right now, I really need supplies. So I want my people, Yujin and Bliss, finding me some supplies. also, I'm starving. So let's go take care of that. How long are we on this recording? Almost an hour? Yeah, let's call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. I deeply appreciate it. Especially my 2 actual viewers. Y'all are awesome. So, let's, yeah, call it there. Be well.